Welcome to the Hair Notes podcast. I am your host, Maxine Green, owner and master stylist at Curly Dimension Salon. This podcast was created to educate and motivate you on how to properly care for your natural curly hair. Every week, a new episode will drop. So grab a notepad and pen, pull up a chair, and let's have a chat. Let's get into today's episode. So, in today's episode, I want to talk about what your hair can actually do and what you are looking at. So oftentimes I get clients who, and now this is either new clients or someone who has been to the salon once or twice and they got the signature curls, which is the style that 98% of the clients get because that's what we're known for. We're known for defining your curl pattern, right? All right, so I get the girls who come in and they'll come in and bring a picture of either a style that was already done by myself in the salon or a style that was done on a celebrity or a style that they saw that was done on someone else, whether they got the picture off of social media or in the magazines. I always get, I want my hair to look like this. How many stylists out there can relate? Or how many you curly girls do that to your stylist? I want my hair to look like this. Will it fall this way? Will it look this way? Here's the thing, y'all. Contrary to popular demand, we are not musicians. We are simply hairdressers. We can only do, or we can only perform, or we can only execute a style with what's in front of us. We don't make up, well, at least I don't. I don't manufacture. I don't import. I don't create. I simply work with what you already have. So if what you have is a curl pattern that can be defined, that I can help define, that I can do. But to say that you are coming in with a picture of a celebrity or a hairstyle. And listen, we've all seen a picture where we've all had a look that we desire, that we like, and we're like, oh my God, that looks amazing. I wonder what my hair would look like with that. Or I think that would look amazing on me. Yes. But then you got to stop and think, or you should stop to think, right? You should stop and say, can my hair do this? That is the question that I want to talk about. Can my hair do this? Right? I think so often our perception or our reality of what actually can be done with our hair is so blurred when it comes to deciding what our hair looks like versus what our hair can do versus what we see, right? There's nothing wrong with having a vision or a goal, a long-term goal or a long-term vision of what your hair or what you want your hair to look like or what you want your hair to do. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I do want you to do is really be transparent with yourself and be honest with yourself to say, I don't know if my hair can look like this. Or just think back or look at the curl pattern. You want to look at curl pattern. You want to look at the texture, look at the way the hair is falling, and then compare that to what you actually have. That's going to give you a good sense of what your hair can actually do. So often, so many clients come into the salon and they'll bring a picture or they'll book an appointment, get their hair done, and at the end of the service would then say, yeah, I wanted my hair to fall this way. Or I wanted my hair to look this way. Or why is my hair not looking this way? And then I have to explain to them, well, your texture or your hair is completely different than her hair. Or if your hair is similar, let's talk, because we're talking to curly girls, right? So let's say your curls is tighter or the same pattern as the picture that you brought or as the photo you admire. Let's say your pattern is the same. What's your length looking like? Is your length long? Are you long, medium, or short? Where are you in terms of your length? Because then that will determine how the hair will fall. So here's the thing, you guys. When you're thinking about curls and the way the hair falls, or the way the hair will sit, or how the hair will look finished, how the style will look finished, that comes down to product use, that comes down to shrinkage or lack thereof, or I have nothing. That really comes down to what is really on your head. You can't make up a hair look, a hairstyle, or a look, or a particular texture simply because you think that that's what you have. This is the part where you gotta say to yourself, listen, I know I would like my hair to look like this, but I have to be honest with myself. I don't know if I can get there, or I don't know if my hair really looks like this. When you're honest with yourself, or when you know your hair texture, or you understand what your texture looks like, then you can say to yourself, honestly, this is ultimately where I would like to go. This is ultimately my goal and my vision long term. Now, long term, I mean maybe 6 months to a year. That could be 6 months to 18 months, or maybe 18 months to 2 years. Whatever that timeline looks like, that's what you need to work towards, right? To say that you're going to have this look, or to say that I want this look, and you think it's an overnight, or you think it's an immediate instant gratification, because of course that's the world we live in, so why not? No, that's not realistic. That is not being realistic about where you are, right? The idea that your hair should look or can look like this because you're a curly girl, no two curly girls are alike. No two curly girls are the same. And that's what I want to really get across to you. So I know you guys can relate to this, right? You see something you like and you're like wondering, or even better, you go on YouTube, because who doesn't go on YouTube? We all go on YouTube, right? We want to understand, or we want a particular look. And we go on YouTube and we watch a million videos, right? And we're like, why don't my hair come out that way? Why? I tried all the products. I used everything she said, but my hair still doesn't look like hers. Here's the thing. A couple of reasons why. The first reason is perhaps your texture isn't the same way. Perhaps your density of your hair isn't the same. Perhaps the length of your hair isn't the same. And the final thing, she only showed you about 3 or 4 products that she used. But more often than not, what I find is that there's a lot more products used to create a particular look. I don't want to get into that. We'll get into that another time. But for right now, I really want you to really think about, is your length the same? Is your texture the same? And by texture, I mean, you guys, am I loose? Am I a tight curl? Am I wavy? Am I really, really a tight curl? What does my texture look like? Is it similar to what the young lady has? Is it similar to the photo? Is it similar to the desired look that I'm trying to get? What about my density? How thick? How fine? Or how medium is my hair? Medium texture is my hair, right? here's the thing. The density is going to determine the overall fullness of the hair. Your density will determine the overall fullness of the hair. So if your hair is not dense and it's a full look, no. In that case, unless you're adding pieces to the hair to give you the fullness, or you're adding clip-ins to the hair to give it fullness, then no. Right? Now, let's say your hair is not long enough for the look, or the desired look that you have, or the desired look that you're trying to get is longer, or most often is longer than what you already have or what you currently have. Then you have to grow your hair out in order for you to get there. There's just no way around that. Again, unless you add clip-ins or a few pieces to kind of get you there much quicker. That's the easy way, right? But the hard way is to kind of grow it out for you to get there. But what I don't want you to do is to have a blurred vision, or to have a misconception, or to have a shrewd vision of what your hair can actually do. If your hair can't give you that look that you desire, or your hair doesn't look the same as your best friend, your girlfriend, your sister, or the photo, or a style that you saw of a salon that a salon performed and you admired and you wish, or that's the reason why you went to the salon, right? Because you saw the style and you're like, oh my God, I love this. I want my hair to look exactly like that. Great. Amazing. I'm not a musician. We're not musicians. We often act like we are, but we're not, right? So that's the part where you gotta be kind of honest with yourself. Like, oh, yeah, I don't know if my hair will do this. I gotta think about this. And that's where your stylist will come in and say, an educated stylist will come in and then encourage you, or the consultation with a stylist, the stylist should be encouraging you or should be telling you, this is not where you are right now. It doesn't mean that you cannot get there. It simply means that you're not there right now. And these are the things that we need to work on in order for you to get there. These are the things that we should do, or you can do and I can do together to get you there, right? That's the game plan. That's the plan that you can come up with to say, I'm going to get to length. Ultimately, I would love to get the density and the definition so that I can have this look. So that look, you can have it and you can stick it on your mirror, and that could be in gold, right? The same way we set goals for everything. We can set a hair goal, but better yet, since we're having a hair goal, we're setting a hair goal, why not be your own hair goal? You can be your own hair goal. All right, here's how you can define that. Or here's how you can do that. You can say, in 6 months, I would love my hair to be at this particular length. Or in 6 months, I would love my hair to look this way. But before you get there, there are some steps that you have to take in order for you to achieve that. One of those steps is you being consistent with seeking advice from a professional. If you're a DIY girl, which there's nothing wrong with DIYs, if you're a DIY girl, right, be consistent. Choose right products. Make sure you're taking your vitamins. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. Those are things that will help you get to your goal quicker. Those are things that will help you get to your hair goal quicker. But just know that you have to do the work. You have to put in the work. Nothing is overnight. And as I mentioned earlier, no two curly girls are alike. So when you have a desired look that you're trying to achieve, or you have a desired goal that you're trying to get to, there's nothing wrong with that, because those are goals. Those are attainable goals that you can get to. That will take you time and patience, because that is ultimately what natural hair is about, what being curly is about. Time and patience. Nothing is an overnight fix. Nothing happens in one sitting. Nothing happens in one appointment, right? At least it shouldn't. Because to preserve the integrity and to preserve your hair, nothing should happen in one sitting, in one process. It should have a timeline. It should have a goal. And you should be working along with your stylist to get to that goal. So, what I want you to do is really think about where you are in terms of your hair density, your hair texture, and who you are. Are you are you a hair person? Will you maintain your hair at home? Do you currently maintain your hair at home? Or are you coming out of weaves, braids, transitioning, and you just know that you saw a hairstyle and this is what you want and this is what you need to get and we need to make it happen? That's not being realistic. That's essentially setting yourself up for failure, right? And disappointment. Because when you come in with a photo or a hidden agenda, or not even so much a hidden agenda, but with a photo of a style that you would like, if it's not going to look good, let's say, I don't want to say it's not going to look good. It will look good. It will look beautiful. But if it's not going to look as full or as long or as defined as the picture, then those are things that you need to be okay with. Then those are things that you should say to yourself, you know what? I know it won't look this way. I'm okay with that. I'm willing to work to get there. But in the interim of that, I want to see how it looks at least on my length where I am, on my texture where I am, right? Because that's the part where you're honest with yourself. Like, my hair can only do this, and I'm okay with that. But if you have two different textures and you're coming in and you're saying, I want full curly hair, or I don't want my hair to shrink up, or I just want my hair falling forward. One, is your hair long enough to fall forward and loose? Two, how tightly wounded is your curls? How tight is your texture? When your hair has product, the shrinkage, that spring factor is something that as curly girls, you can't get away from. So that's out the door, right? There's going to be some level of shrinkage. So in order for you to see length and in order for you to see fullness, you need density and you need the length, right? For that hair to fall, you need the length and density. That's what you need, right? But if you are not there, be honest with yourself to say, okay, I'm not there, but I'm willing to work there. I'm willing to do the work, put in the work to get there. Whatever it is, whatever it takes for me to get there, I'm willing to do. But be honest with yourself, right? You can't expect or come with the anticipation, oh, my hair is going to look like this picture. And then when you don't get it, you're so disappointed. Look, to kind of avoid all of the disappointment, be honest. Y'all, be honest, be honest, be honest. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I've seen so many clients come in and they're disappointed because they weren't honest in the beginning with themselves. Oftentimes, there's nothing really that the stylist has done. Oftentimes, is you being realistic about where you should be or where you are versus where you really would like to go. Right? If you're not honest with yourself, then you're going to set yourself up for disappointment when it comes in regards to your hair and looking the way you would like it to look. Because in your mind, you have a picture of how it should look. Or you have a picture of, if their hair can look like this, then absolutely my hair can look like this. Why? Why is that? Why is that your ultimate feeling, that your hair will look and receive this way, or your hair would ultimately receive the products and just looks flawless? We wish. We all wish we woke up like this. And yes, we all say to ourselves, we woke up like this, flawless. But it takes work to wake up flawless. It takes work to look this flawless. It takes work for our hair to be flawless. It takes work for us to look and for us to have the hair that we desire. It takes work. Nothing is an overnight process. Nothing is simply, it doesn't happen like that. That's just not life, y'all. That is just not realistic. Right? It's just not realistic. I see so many clients. I've had a client who came in, first time client who came and booked the appointment, got her hair done, and at the end of the service was like, why is my hair not falling like the photo? Why is my hair not falling like this? And then she proceeds to pull up a photo of one of my work. I appreciate you admiring my work, but your hair is so much shorter than this particular client. The advantage that she has over you is not her texture, because you have similar texture. The advantage is she has length. That's the advantage. So that's where you have to really determine, or really look at, you guys, all right, where's my length? Like, you have to look at everything. You can't just look at one thing. You're looking at the overall photo, the overall picture, the overall finished look of that style. What you have to look at is everything. Her texture, her density, how her curls are forming, the overall shape of what you're looking at, and really analyze the look before you decide, this is what I want. It's going to take you some time and some work. You have to analyze every area, every facet of that photo. Because if you don't do that, you will be so disappointed, because you anticipated or you look forward to this appointment for so long. And when you finally sat in your stylist chair, or when you finally sat in the chair and you see the reveal, you're like, this is not what I wanted. And that's where there's going to be a gap in communication, right? But before you get there, or before you style, or before your stylist starts to style your hair, or before you even start the process to get your hair done, be open and honest and transparent with your stylist or whomever is doing your hair. Be honest with them and be honest with yourselves. Saying to yourself, like, this is what I'm looking for. Can we get there? This is what I would like. Will my hair do this? This is what I'm hoping to get today. Is this something that you can do? Is this something that we can achieve today? Then once the stylist say, you know what? Yes, but it won't look exactly. Or no, but just not today. Or no, we can get you. No, it won't look that way, but it can look that way in the future. But here's what we need to do in order for you to get there. Or yes, we can, but it's going to not look as full or not look as long as the photo, or vice versa. And the same goes for color, right? So styling means either the style or the hair color. You have to be really honest with yourself, you guys, because your anticipation about the particular look or the desired look that you're looking for, be honest and open with yourself. Because if you can't get there, or if your stylist can't get you there, then you're going to be disappointed. And ultimately, you're going to review the stylist and look at the stylist like, well, she can't execute anything that I desire, or she can't execute what I really want or what I would really like. But is it the stylist or is it you? Right? So sometimes it can be the stylist. Yes, we're not all perfect. We are not all perfect. Right? Least of all me. We are not all perfect. I am not perfect. We don't always hit the mark. We don't always get it right. And that is a fact. Right? But what we can do is we can definitely show you and guide you. Okay, maybe not today, but absolutely we can get you there. Or, yes, we can. It just will not look the same. If you're okay with that, then yeah, let's proceed. Let's go ahead. Right? But the first thing, or the first line of business, is really being honest with yourself. Be honest with where you are. Understand that what your texture looks like versus what the actual photo or the inspiration that you're bringing to the stylist looks like. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't be able to achieve it. It just means that it's going to take you some time, right? So, natural hair is about time and patience. Natural hair is about you really owning where you are and really embracing it, right? And so that's the part I want you guys to take away from today's episode. Be honest, be open, and be patient, and give yourself some grace, right? Give yourself some grace, because this is a journey and it's going to take you some time to get there. Now, if you're just starting out, be patient. You will get there. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope this resonates with some of you. I know we talked about a lot, but I hope this resonates with you. Until the next one, y'all, have an amazing day. Have an amazing week, y'all. Be blessed.